We'll move to the consent agenda, and this is approved in a single motion with no discussion. Item A, approval of minutes from January 24, 2023 regular city council meeting. B, approval of invoice register date ending February 14, 2023. C, approval of pre-approved expenditure date ending February 14, 2023. D, resolution 2023-14 approving revised contract with integrated contracting.
Offer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No objections? All right, thank you. We'll move to the new business. Item A, resolution 2023-15, approval of appointment of Max Garbarino as Hamtramck city manager and directing city attorney to negotiate and draft contract for employment.
Make offer.
Second.
Mr. Chair.
I think there's a report that Maali's.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. Good
That's our
evening.
deputy city manager.
Yes, the minister, and then we'll discuss that.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, respected council. Thank you for giving me a moment to present our hiring process regarding the city management position. Due to the nature of the city manager position being a highly critical role in the city, this process was implemented to ensure transparency in the hiring of Hamtramck city manager. The city manager will report to mayor and council, will work closely with myself, department heads, and the city attorney, overseeing all city operations. So applications were open to the public and closed on January 10th, 2023. Hamtramck Human Resources Mashana Burton conducted preliminary filters of all applicants and submitted resumes of applicants who met the minimal criteria listed on the job posting to myself and the city attorney Ode Marue on January 26, 2023. So along with HR going through and filtering through the candidates, we wanted to ensure that no candidates that met at least the basic criteria were eliminated from the first round of filtering through the interviews. The city attorney and myself met on the 26th of January to review all of the applications, and it was close to 135. We went through each and every one of them. We reviewed them, and we made sure that anyone that had minimal experience that would be relevant to the role was included. Myself, city attorney, and HR met on January 27th, 2023 to debrief, review all of the resumes unanimously once more, and select final candidates to come in for interviews. The resumes that include notations by myself, the city attorney, and HR will be filed away in Human Resources. Following that, the Council City Manager Search Subcommittee, that was a subcommittee that was created by the mayor prior to the posting of the position, from my understanding. Met with myself and our city attorney on February 3rd, 2023 to debrief about the hiring process and review the resumes once more. The subcommittee had created a rubric. Again, this was the rubric was developed prior to the posting of the position. It was something that the subcommittee came up with. So we reviewed the resumes once more, and the subcommittee confirmed the short list of candidates. They had included an additional 2 more to the initial 8 that were submitted by HR. So let me break it down a little bit just to eliminate any misunderstandings. HR had pulled 8 that met the main criteria or the basic criteria. When the subcommittee, myself and Ode, our city attorney, met, they had included 2 more that might have been potential candidates. So we reviewed them once more using the rubric. And using the rubric, we were able to eliminate a lot of the candidates, and we narrowed it down to a total of 3 candidates that were meeting the basic criteria for an interview. Those scores were, let me backtrack a little. The 3 candidates were selected for interviews based on the following main criteria: city administration and city management experience, which is very, very critical. A graduate level of education, higher level analytical and synthesis skill set. That's a very critical component to leading the city. On a day-to-day budget, we have to review budgets, we have to review all sorts of reports, and so it would be very, very difficult for someone who didn't take grad level courses, who did not take statistics courses, to be able to assess those things. So that was something we felt was an absolute necessity. A competency of and familiarity with Hamtramck City's unique and diverse demographic needs. As we all know, Hamtramck is very unique, very diverse. So that was also one of the main factors. We needed someone who demonstrated an understanding of that diversity and worked well with that diversity. And an understanding of government and legal aspects of municipal administration. That one was very, very difficult to find, and that was probably one of the main contributing factors to our ultimate decision for recommendation of hire. Hamtramck Human Resources scheduled interviews with the following candidates: Asim Rahman, who scored 14.3 out of 30 on the initial scoring of just resumes. Maxwell Garbarino scored 19.3 out of 30. That's based on just resumes. Mohammed Bakir Mohiuddin scored 14.3 out of 30 as well. Interviews were held on February 8th, 2023 in City Hall in the third floor conference room. A panel of 6 interviewers was present. The City Attorney, Ode Maroué, led the interviews. The Mayor Pro Tem Mohammed Hassan attended from the council leadership. The council members Naeem Chowdhury and Mohammed Al-Samiri attended on behalf of the council's City Manager Search Subcommittee. Again, those council members that were involved in the subcommittee were overseeing the process months before the position was posted. Myself and Human Resources, Mashana Burton, sat in from City Administration. The rubric developed by the Council City Manager Search Committee was used to help inform the process. The final determination, and I really want to emphasize this, the final determination for our recommendation of hire was reached upon post-interview deliberations, not solely on the rubric. The rubric was used just as a guide to help us assess the basics, right? And the rubric can be posted, if it's not already posted, on board docs for public to see. Interview questions: assess for city management experience, thorough knowledge of managing municipal budgets, an understanding of the unique needs of Hamtramck, overall professional experience related to this specific role. And the final scores for each candidate after the interviews were as follows. Maxwell Garbarino scored 25.7 out of 30. Asim Rahman scored 15.7 out of 30. Mohammed Bakir Mohiuddin scored 6.2 out of 30. Based on the interviews, the City Management Hiring Panel and Council City Manager Search Subcommittee sent forth to Council a recommendation of hire for Maxwell Garbarino. I do want to just include a comment. Mr. Garbarino has a Juris Doctorate. For those that are not familiar with what that is, a Juris Doctorate is a JD. It's a doctorate degree in law. Upon my work with him in the past 7 months, I've seen that come in handy when we can't reach out to the city attorney all the time. There's a lot of legal stuff that we have to look at, city charters, things of that sort. It's a great advantage to have someone with a doctorate degree in the legal field to be able to interpret some of those things. He has extensive experience in law enforcement, city management of Hamtramck, and he's been in the city for over 2 decades. These experiences weighed in heavily on all levels of the interview process. And so I wanted to just put that out there for public knowledge as well. Our city attorney, Ode Maroué, will report out in further detail on that determination. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Molly. That was very comprehensive, and she did a great job, obviously, throughout the process, and was very helpful and was instrumental, actually. First, I actually wanted to thank the mayor and the council for taking the time at the beginning of this meeting for the moment of silence regarding the MSU situation. My sister actually was right there and could very well have been one of the victims. She heard the gunshots and was right there. So it's pretty scary when it happens to somebody close to you, and I appreciate you taking the time out there for that. And I know anybody who's affected also appreciated it. With regards to the city manager search, you heard how thorough it was. You heard how the process from start to finish came about. The council was involved, the mayor was involved. I thought the mayor and council was decisive in how they handled this. And well, you were decisive in how you handled this. I thought you had a plan, you implemented it, you were transparent, you were triumphant in the end in finding the right person. What we found as a committee there after the interviews, I will tell you that while For example, Mr. Rahman could have been a fine candidate and was a fine candidate, excuse me, and interviewed very well. If Max wasn't there, he would have been a good choice. But the fact is, Max just is the best in every category. He met the threshold in every category. There isn't a category here that he doesn't meet. He's a leader, he's a hard worker, he's a communicator, a team player. He's knowledgeable about not just one or two things, but everything. As Molly was saying, I'm sure he's not practicing law, but he uses his legal degree as a means to help him be decisive on the job and understand and break down certain things that others, as she said, wouldn't understand or wouldn't be able to have a nuanced understanding of. So he also loves Hamtramck. I don't know if anybody noticed this through the whole process. He loves this city and it shines through. He has the education, he has the experience, he has the relationships and the accomplishments. From what we recognized from his tenure so far as interim city manager, there was a tumultuous situation, a large turnover. You lost your DPW director, you lost CFO, and not only did he navigate those tumultuous waters, he's brought us into a point of stability. From what I understand, the third floor is very happy and stable now and working and churning away and for the city. I think that if the council were to hire anyone other than Max, it would be doing a tremendous disservice to the city because of the amount of time and money, frankly, it would take to bring anybody else to speed. With regards to the process and the criticisms, we all heard the interview answers, and as I said, Kamal Rahman handled himself extremely well and answered the questions extremely well. But at the end of the day, Max's answers were on a different level of understanding, a different level of knowledge, and a different level of experience. So there is no really other answer, and that's why the council has clearly made a great choice. So that's a summary of what we found and what we saw. And I think you're doing the right thing here if you vote to hire Max.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
according to the resolution, we have to give the direction to the city manager, city attorney, how will conduct negotiation. So I have to say something. As a council president or mayor pro tem, I was that interview. I was there. It was very fairly. Our subcommittee, I like to thank them. They spent a lot of times bring the process together because issue was the hiring process. They did very good job, brought the hiring process properly, took a lot of time and give the opportunity to everybody. Is like a surprise. There is around 135 applicant was there. So first of all, I thanks to the subcommittee bring the resolution up to here today. And I was in interview board. It was fair interview. There was nothing wrong. One of the candidate complaining about a specific question being asked to him. It was not. It was same question we ask every candidate. Same question. And we was very honest how the people answering the question answers. And of course one of the candidate did the very good. And when I take the section by section, the other candidate, I cannot myself mark, there was the criteria, experience with the city related or city manager or assistant manager. There is no applicant was the city manager previously or assistant manager. So the point, somebody gonna question why point like that. There is another reason. When I apply for or interviewing for specifically the city, any name, I have to focus on that city. Some of the candidate did not focus on that city, always talk to the other city, see how this go. So it's a specific one of the other city. And there is end of the day, this council body has enough knowledge and enough experience, enough support from the community to be here. And they know what they're doing. When the city manager position, no matter what, city manager boss is this elected body. So, under the respect, under the consult, he has to proceed on it, under our direction. So again, thank you, Mr. Attorney, Ms. Mali, and Ms. HR manager did a very good job. Of course, clerk sometimes brought us coffee, brought us plate, brought us food. Not bad, thank you. Okay, so I'm so happy. Again, after hire, today, one of the candidate telling why you guys brought the one resolution to in front of, or is the council meeting today? Yeah, we just brought who got the high point. And if the council body deny it, we're gonna bring the second one. And we're gonna bring the second one denied, we're gonna bring the third one. We don't wanna waste our time, we don't wanna conflict with the one resolution to the other resolution and put in a spot everybody. If the council not agree with that, for board or whatever majority board, they can say no. So attorney has the backup plan to bring right away, suspend the law, we can add the resolution. So that question came from the any candidate is already solved. Now we have the backup plan, we have the resolution ready, and if in case this one did not went through properly or neglected or rejected, again a backup plan is gonna take place right now. So that is the another confusion is gone. Third confusion, previous practice, we used to hire the manager like a time limit, contract for this year to this year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. One of the contract we had last time, open contract. Open contract never is good. We have, I'm going to request, and my council and mayor will talk to the attorney. So we're going to, the candidate, no matter what, who is going to be today appointed, I want an attorney and my colleagues, my request will be 2 years contract and subject to be continue. That is my request. That's why other candidate cannot tell any other thing, or we give a blank check or anything. So again, thanks for Max Gavrino. Have a good patience and good love for Hamtramck. And I'm very much known about it. I call midnight. I need a police officer right here. One day, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was calling from my workplace. I got one of the residents has the issue, and he said, if you are at the workplace and if they need a ride, I'm on duty, I can go and help them. That kind of person is here. So, and of course, educated. And the other reason, city expend a lot of money for Mr. Gavrino to get the doctor of judicial degree. So I want some money returned from there.
Good investment.
Yeah, good investment. We expend a lot of money, his tuition fee. We want some money back. That's the other reason too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant. Anyone else? Any more discussion?
No. Councilman? Yeah, we
Okay.
did lots of time.
Councilman Chowdhury.
Yes.
Councilwoman Jakowski.
Yes.
Councilman El Samiri.
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yeah, if I say no, it's not gonna happen. So yes,
And Mr. Mayor.
Do you really need my vote?
yes.
I would love your vote. Yes,
On the
thank
spot.
you. Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2023-15, approval of appointment of Max Garbarino as Hamtramck City Manager, approved. Swear him in so that he is mine.
Yep. Yeah.
I got it, okay.
Yeah. Good.
Go ahead, Rhonda, get in there.
Yeah. We got you.
No, I want you in the picture too. You know.
Well, what do you want me to do? Stand like this then?
I
I state your name.
I, Max Garbarino,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of city manager
the duties of city manager
of
of
the city of Hamtramck
the city of Hamtramck
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Sign here, sign there. Are you want to take pictures of this family? Congratulations.
So, I'm honored and humbled that you all chose me to continue in this position. If any one of you would have asked me a year ago about this, I would have said you're crazy. I had no aspirations to actually come to this point. I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought maybe years to come it would be, but I would not have expected this. However, when my predecessor left, there was a vacancy that I offered to help because I knew we needed it. At that point, I still was anticipating someone else taking this role, but I'll tell you, as the months progressed and the work had to happen with our third floor turning over and the people leaving from here and all the things that happened and starting to get great staff coming in and the new people coming in, and I felt like I started adapting to the role, and that's when I decided that I wanted to apply and I wanted to continue on in this capacity. And I promise you, I will do the best I can. I love the city, I love its people, and I'm humbled to have it. Thank you.
Thank you, Max.